Hi guys, what's up? Beetlejuice here, and today what I have for you is another open wheel racing video. But anyway, lights out and away we go. We went into the left hand side just to avoid the chaos, and onto this first turn. This is where it all kicks off again. Just your typical standard GTA Carnage. Basically just people with no regard to human life, and this guy, the purple car, decided to be Moses and created a path for all of us to go through in that sea of cars. So thank you, Moses, for creating the path for all of us as we take P4 on this uphill section going into the next corner. We are now chasing the guy in P3, which is the guy in front of us now. This is more of a power track. We don't need to lift off as much compared to other tracks, and as we get the toe and the slipstream, we breezed past by him. Now, towards the end of this mountain section, we will catch the guy in P2. See, now we are now going into the downhill section, and on this downhill section, you just have to basically take it flat out. No need to lift. But if you feel that you are going to hit the wall, just like this guy, just lift off partially, and see, just lift off if you feel like you're going to hit the barriers, because it's better to lift off rather than crash into the barriers, because you're risking your front wing getting damaged, and with that getting damaged, you have to pit again, so it's going to cost you extra time. Now we're going to escape to the part where the leader had some problems with a back marker. Here they are, and they are killing each other. I passed the back marker, but unfortunately I hit the barrier for some reason, and that's a very fatal mistake, because usually you take this section flat out, and for some reason I hit the wall. Anyways, going to the downhill section here, I will go flat out, and you can see the back marker flying out of the track on the left hand side, and here's the leader, and he is pushing too hard, and I am chasing him, but unfortunately for some reason he crashed. He might have deployed the lag switch in a wrong way. I don't know, I just didn't see how he crashed there. But anyway, back to the race. As we narrowly missed that guy going in reverse, we went to the pits to pit for soft tires on this latter stages of the race, going into lap 7 now. Actually, we're going to skip that lap, and we're going to skip forward to the latter stages of lap number 8. So into this downhill section, as we turn, we hit the pavement, and we lost our front wing. So that warranted a pit stop, with the other guy in second place chasing us rapidly. I had to go to the pits for a new set of front wing. However, at the end, he didn't manage to get close to me, so we got the win on that race. So basically, the back markers helped me to win the race, and that's just the sad reality of racing in GTA 5. Sometimes it's unfair, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're getting shit over. On to the next race we go. This time we're racing on Road to Ruin in the wet. So 5 lights. Lights out, and away we go. We got off cleanly from the back. We gained several positions, and on the first king, I inadvertently put this guy into the wall. Meanwhile, in front of us, Dark Knight went sideways, and we are going to send it into this hairpin. Unfortunately, the guy on the right hand side went the opposite way after we sent it on that hairpin. Meanwhile, the guy in front of us went this next hairpin, went wide, and we gained P1, 3 position. So we're racing the guys from the last race, and I just got lucky to have not been murdered on the first opening sequences of this race. So we're just going to skip forward to lap number 10. So after 10 laps, we won the race. So this is another win for us, second straight overall. So basically, if you just stay away and keep your nose clean, you will win many races on this game mode. So on to the next race we go. Again, we are racing the same guys from the last 2 races. 5 lights. Lights out and away we go. We got off cleanly, but so was them. And on this corner, we will be sent into the barriers. And we also went full 360. So after getting P4, we are now in 7th place, going into this hairpin, a very narrow section. And of course, a pile up again, 5-car pile up. And we lost our front wing because that guy reversed into us and he went off track as a result of him turning, or rather reversing into us. So going into this series of corners, these guys are clashing into the walls hard. This guy has no rear wing as we go 3 abreast here. Of course that failed, and I just had to keep my elbows out, stick my elbows out as hard as I can, because if I don't, I will not gain on those guys in front, because the guys in front are really quick as we got sent again into the wall by this guy who went off track by reversing into us. But then again, I just had to let him go because we're going to into the pits anyway, because we are getting a new set of front wing. But on that slalom section, that guy crashed for some reason. I don't know, just basically GTA players have a sponge for a brain. Like typically no common sense. Like if you're going to the corner, of course you try to lift or as much as possible hit the brakes if you know you're going to hit the barriers. Fast forward to the end of the race. I just had to pass it forward to lap number 10 because I was P3 for the remainder of that race. So that ends our 2-race winning streak. On to the next race we go. This time we're not racing the same guys as before. So lights out and away we go, and just observe what will happen here in front of us. So we're going in a straight line, and this guy's decided to have a 4-man pile up on a straight line. Amazing. And on this next corner, this guy decided to sideswipe me and he failed, and he harmed both of our races, and I lost positions because of that. However, since we have the faster car, he zoomed right past them, but on this corner they will be going back at me because they have the slipstream, and I had to brake and let them outbrake themselves, and that guy went into the barriers as if there's no barriers there, and also passed this guy because he had a poor exit. And as I've said earlier, we have the faster car because this is a custom BR8, and now we managed to catch up to the leader here. Onto this light kink, he tried to sideswipe me, but unfortunately my car is VP and could take any amount of sideswiping, so we ended up with P1 on lap number 1. So again, I'm going to skip at the end of the race because nothing of significance happened on the remainder of that race because I was P1 all throughout. Now going into the last race of the video, so lights out and away we go. We are racing on stock cars, customs are off, and of course we are placing last. And as we go onto this first corner, guys are going off track, bits and pieces flying around, engine covers are getting torn apart from the cars, and we are in P6. Courtesy of the men and women who sacrificed their lives to let me through. P6. Meanwhile, on this medium sweeping hairpin, this guy sends us airborne. Now we're down in P7, but we're trying to go for a recovery run here as we go again to another kink and another hairpin. And as we go narrow, this guy spins us around. Again, we are getting bombarded by stupidity all around, left, right, and center. Just people doing 0 IQ moves. As we go to this hairpin again, oh my god, you just had to bump me. You just had to hit me there. All you had to do is go straight. Why hit me? Come on, guys. Really, just look at these guys. They are fighting so hard, even applying dirty tactics, and they will just give up the position eventually. So what's the point of doing those things if you're going to give the position back? No, you may argue, like, come on, this is GTA. Things like that are meant to happen. Yes, I know that. I've been racing for so many months or so, but and I've grown accustomed to this kind of people, but at the end of the day, I had to wonder how stupid this community is in terms of just everything. Like, for example, during heist, people don't know how to fly helicopters or just follow instructions in general. I've failed so many heists, guys, that involves randoms, and what's sad about it is that the mistakes made were the most simple mistakes. Like, for example, on the Prison Break finale several years back, I was on the demolitions, this other guy was on the Vellum. The land team were able to get out of the prison successfully and they drove through the freeway. The Vellum guy landed on the airstrip and he picked up the land team. They took off and go into the part where they will go into the open ocean. This guy just decided to nose dive into the ocean. I don't know why. So yeah, I just cannot fathom how much stupidity this community possesses. Anyways, before I rant too much, let's go back to the race. We're now in P2. And I was P2 for the remainder of that race because the leaders just on the same pace as me. So I cannot catch him if we are on the same pace. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.